Welcome to the Highway Oversize Overweight Credentialing System, also known as HOOCS, user tutorial videos. This video will guide users through the steps of modifying a route using via points in hoocs.dot.ny.gov. Customers can access HOOCS through the One-Stop Credentialing and Registration, also known as OSCAR, at www.oscar.ny.gov. This and other tutorial videos can be found by clicking the Help button at the top right of the company dashboard and throughout other pages of the application, and on the landing page once the Logout button is clicked. HOOCS allows the option to request certain routes by using via points. These points can be entered by specifying certain highways to be used or by selecting points from the map to be included when determining the route. Please note that via points are typically entered when the system-generated route is not the preferred route. Only enter via points once you have reviewed the system-generated route with only the origin and destination entered. If after reviewing the system-generated route another route is needed, generate an alternate route using the via points options. For this example, I have selected a route coming into New York on Interstate 81 from Ontario and need to go to 50 Wolf Road in Albany. The origin and destination have already been set. Click the Validate and Run button to view the system-generated route. HOOCS will determine the quickest, safest route of travel based on dimensions entered on the previous screen and display a map of that route. This route is traveling through New York from Ontario to the address entered. If you would like to consider an alternate route, you can do so using via points. To add a via point, click the Expand chevron icon to expand the Enter Trip panel. Via points can be specific highways or map locations. To route using specific highways, select Highway from the Via Points drop-down list. An empty text field will be displayed to enter the highway names of the preferred route of travel. For this example route, I want to travel from Interstate 81 to Interstate 481 to Interstate 90 to New York 26 to New York 12B to US Highway 20 to New York 910 to the destination. I will input the proper highway names in the empty text field. Enter the highways using the NICE highway naming in order of travel separated by commas. Highway names must be entered in the proper format, such as I for Interstate, US for US Highways, or NY for New York highways, followed by the road number. Separate road names with a comma only and omit any spaces. Also, do not duplicate the origin or destination in the list of via highways. Since you selected these as origin and destination points, you should not list them again in the via highways section. Type I for Interstate 481, I-90, NY for New York Highway 365, NY5, NY26, NY12B, US for US Highway 20, NY910F. Do not include any spaces or special characters. Once the highways have been entered, click the Validate and Run button to recalculate the trip to include the requested via highways entered. If the route requested has any restrictions, the system will ignore the requested route of travel and generate an approved route. The new route does not follow the requested route. As I travel along the blue highlighted trip line, I can see near Albany that my route has changed in order to keep the route as close to the request as possible. I can zoom in all the way to find out where the restriction is in the route that has caused HOOCS to ignore the requested route of travel. Click the Get Restriction Information Road radio button located above the map after zooming in, and then click the red highlight located on the highway in question. The restriction information screen will be displayed. This screen gives a detailed description of the restriction affecting travel on the roadway selected. For this example, there is a width restriction of 8 feet 6 inches located on this particular section of roadway, so the system will not allow us to travel that way. You can then adjust your route as needed. To adjust your route, click the Expand chevron icon to expand the Enter Trip panel. I have replaced the New York 910F with NY85, I90 via point in the Viewpoints text field. Click the Validate and Run button to generate a new route. Review the new route to confirm the system has not found any restrictions and you can travel this route. If you prefer, you can also enter viewpoints by clicking specific locations to route by using the map display. In order to change viewpoints, the route page must be reset. To reset the route page, click the Back button located above the map. Then, on the Vehicle and Load Information screen, click the Next button to return to the routing page to enter the new route and viewpoints. The same origin and destination as before will be used. Click the Validate and Run button to generate a route. Click the Expand chevron icon to expand the Enter Trip panel. From the Viewpoint drop-down list, select Find on Map to display the Select on Map link. Then click the Select on Map link to display the Select Lat Long Vias on Map screen. Enter the city in the Focus City field, where the first viewpoint will be, and then click the Go button. The map will zoom in to the city entered. Drag the map along the route you want to travel, selecting points along the way. For this route, I want to travel from I-81 to I-481 to I-90 to I-890 to New York 7 to I-87 to Wolf Road. Do not select viewpoints extremely close to your origin or destination to prevent duplication of these locations in the origin or destination and again in the viewpoints. Also be aware that it is not necessary to select every point for the trip. Select as few viewpoints as needed to obtain the desired route to save time and frustration. Locate the highway to place the first viewpoint. Zoom in close enough to see both directions of travel and as close as the map will allow. It is easiest to put the point on most roads right after the on-ramps. Click the Select Radio button located above the map and click a point directly on the first road, I-481. Zoom out and continue dragging the map along the route of travel. Repeat the previous step, selecting different points on the highways to travel. Place the next point on the next highway needed. I will place point 2 on I-90 and point 3 on I-890. Be sure you are zoomed in close enough to select a point on the roadway in the correct direction of travel. Keep adding the points until you have selected the requested route of travel. Please note that viewpoints do not have to be entered in consecutively traveled order. You can decide if you want to add this point to the end of the list or before a specific viewpoint by selecting the option from the drop-down list located above the map. If you forget a point, you can add that point even after several viewpoints have been selected on the map. Once all points are selected, click the Done button to open the Enter Trip panel. The Enter Trip panel will open listing the latitude and longitude points as viewpoints. If there are extra or unwanted viewpoints in the list, they can be removed by clicking the Remove link next to the unwanted viewpoint. To add more points, click the Select on Map link, and to clear the selected points, click the Clear Lat Long Vias link. Click the Validate and Run button to run the requested route. The system will route as close to the requested route as possible, avoiding any restrictions. You will be prompted with a map display of the route for your review. You can see your requested route has been highlighted in blue. Turn-by-turn directions are located under the map to validate the route of travel. This concludes the HOOCS user tutorial video on modifying a route using viewpoints. Thanks for watching, and don't forget more videos are available for your convenience.